Welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. So after a very long time, I would say, we have ended Friday with some good green moves throughout the market, and this is something very unusual, and it has come on a day when people feels that this should not be the day that we are trading at, because the gains happened on Friday the 13th. Okay, so the gains happened, and more surprisingly, it's the last working day of any trading week. So this is very surprising, and most probably because of the correction that has happened in the past couple of weeks, the stock market or the overall market may feel a bit lightened, where the most of the excesses are now out from the market. So let's start this US weekly market report with at least some of the good green moves that we have seen in the last trading session, or more specifically in the last two trading session of the particular week that has gone by, and let's prepare ourselves for the next upcoming week. So there are particular things that are happening. On one side, the crypto market is falling like anything, and you will see money comes out from crypto market. We will probably try to cover one or two major cryptocurrencies and also look at the trend. Apart from that, as you can see, Dow Jones and Nasdaq. So anyways, we are going to discuss all these things, and let us see what else do we have as far as the highlight is concerned. Now this one, Powell says he can't guarantee a soft landing as the Fed's looks to control inflation. Now the problem with this statement is the inflation is happening, or one of the major reason for this inflation is bad government policies. Okay, so these bad policies is causing inflation, and that's one of the major reason that is beyond the control of any central bank. And we really have to see that whether it is actually happening or not, right? Whether they are true to their statements when things about to get worse. If they can handle, or if they can focus on inflation irrespective of any scenario that is not only happening in the Wall Street, in the stock market, but actually inside the main economy. They forget about all the people, forget about their jobs, money, forget about the other crisis. If the central banks stick to this, it will be a completely different scenario that we have to see, right? So I don't rely on this. What I rely on is basically on the data, or what they are actually doing. If they are increasing 50 basis point, I will take it. If they are increasing interest rate by 70 basis point, I'll take it. If they increase by full 1%, yes, that's fine. I'll take that number. But no guessing games. Okay, that's what we are going to see. Apart from that, let us see if there is anything which comes under the radar. Not except this Twitter deal and all those things which you can see across the internet. So Twitter is about to get bought, and then there is some temporary halt. All those things, I don't want to talk about those things now. Let us see. So we do not have any further news as of now. So let's check out the market and let us see some of the important things that we do every time and prepare ourselves for the upcoming week or upcoming trading week. But before that, if you haven't yet subscribed my channel, just hit on the subscription button. Also hit on the notification bell along with the all button to get my updated video notification. Now all these three indices are up quite comfortably. Gold is down because it's a hedge against inflation. So if the interest rate going up, so gold in short term may not perform well. I'm using the word short term. Okay, I'm not using the word intermediate or long term, but in short term there are some negative correlation, but trend will follow the suit. And oil is consistently trading at $110, and that is one of the problem, because energy prices are not going down. Reasons may be different, but energy prices will keep on staying higher. That's the thing, and that will happen, and I will tell you why. I will definitely tell you why. Then we have US 10-year bond yield, which is 2.92. So it is quite comfortably moves toward 3.1. Then it has fallen a bit. VIX is down by 9.13%. Apart from that, all the commodities are on the upside. And then we have all the yields, those are in positive. US dollar index. This is the one, puzzling piece, or this is the one thing that is different if you compare 2003 and or 2002 and 2007 move. This is the only one thing that is completely different from what has happened in between 2002 and 7 and what is happening right now. Rest of the things are completely fine. Now, as far as the oil is concerned, and if you think that oil is moving higher and this is because, and that's causing the energy crisis and all those things, I'll tell you one thing. If you focus on the price movement and if you remove all the reasons back and forth, the reason behind the oil falls down, the reason behind the oil goes up, and if you want to check the Brent crude, let's say this is the Brent oil futures, or let's go to WTI. Okay, so if you are looking at this trend, let me tell you one thing very clearly. You must look at the trend or understand the trend, because if you know how things work, you can see that from the lows of 2002 to the highs of 2008, the WTI crude oil moved by 764%. Okay, so last time also it has moved from 1999 actually to 2008. So it's been a 9-year move where the WTI crude oil futures moved by nearly 1300%. So this time also, if it is happening the same kind of thing, there is nothing different. Probably the reasons are different, and that's why I don't want to count on it, but this has happened in the past, right? Now let's go and check out gold. Okay, last time, let's look at gold. Last time when the gold performed, and we are in a commodity super cycle from 1999, and it stretched up to 2011, where the gold futures moved by nearly 647 or 48% from the lows of 1999 to the highs of 2011, and since then we have been consolidating. That's what is happening. Okay, so there is nothing, nowhere change in trend. So there was breakout, indeed false breakout, but breakout has indeed happened, where gold futures moved beyond 1947 or 1950 but unable to sustain. But once it started trading above 1947 or 1950, it will be in a bull grip again. Okay, now apart from that, when everything is jumping and we have seen the close are very effective, so what I will do today, I will analyze S&P 500 index. Generally I don't do, but Dow Jones and Nasdaq, they have different speed at which they are moving. We have seen the way Nasdaq has fallen is quite different compared to Dow Jones. So cumulatively I want to check S&P 500 this time. Then we will go and check the dollar index. Okay, so if I am looking at S&P 500, this is the monthly chart which you can see. So there are lots of puzzling pieces. First of all, for S&P 500, recently if you are looking at the moving average, in the monthly chart it has closed significantly below the 20-day moving average or the green line. Okay, so the next moving average support will be 50-day moving average, which is near 3429, right? So let's go to the weekly chart now. In the weekly chart, what has happened? The S&P 500 closed below the 100-day moving average. Now the 200-day moving average is going to be 3474, which means that still this is just a bounce back, but there are some correction which is still left or which is yet to be seen, and there is a possibility of further correction which will push the S&P towards the 200-day weekly moving average, right? So this is the range that we are going to look at, and this is very normal. So this is the range that we must focus on as far as the S&P 500 is concerned, and this is a fair possibility. There is nothing something Herculean or this is a big thing that is about to happen. So this is the trend in between which S&P has been moving, and there is a possibility of it. Yeah, let's accept this fact. Now let's go to the Nasdaq and let us see what's happening in Nasdaq, because Nasdaq is something which has fallen quite severely, because from the highs the index itself fallen nearly 31%. So it's indeed a very big fall, and it is happening from US. So if they are saying we are going to control the inflation at any cost, when you are saying at any cost, and if you really have the guts to do so, then obviously you will crush equity market, and that is something which has never happened in the history. I don't remember, I mean, as far as my age is concerned, obviously I'm not going to compare with the big market gurus who are there in the market for 50 years or more. Okay, so my span or my career in stock market as a student is 12 to 15 years. So as far as my knowledge goes, or in last 15-20 years, it has never happened. Will it happen or not? That's one thing we need to see. But even in Nasdaq, the level of 10,000 looks a fair deal. Okay, because we have multiple supports, 1, 2, 3, 4. Though this is a trend line, so a level of 10,000 is going to be a fair deal. It does not mean that the rally will fizzle out, for the simple reason, as you can see, the index has fallen a lot. So a week or two, for the next week or two, if it moves higher and give us a bounce back, it is also a possibility, or it is always a possibility, right, where the stock try to recover itself, because we are not in a condition where on every price each and everything will get sold like it has no value. Okay, so here also 10,000 looks like a fair deal. What I'm trying to make you people understand here is, looking at all the major indices, basically these 3 indices, you can still see that there are some corrections which are there on the card, or which are still left as far as the trend is concerned. So even in Dow Jones, the levels that one must look at as your big support is going to be 28,700 and 29,000, and the upper end of the range is going to be something like this. Now, as a summary, I will tell you one most important thing, because even in when I'm talking about S&P, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, it looks like corrections are still left on the card. But either one or more index has fallen a lot, or it is now trading near to a crucial support level or important moving average, long term moving averages, and from there a bounce back is due, which means there is a possibility that the overall stock market, not only in US but across the globe, may bounce back for the next 1 or 2 weeks. We have to see what will happen next week, but there is a bounce back which is there on the card, and the kind of fall, it has fallen relentlessly. So the kind of fall we have seen, so the bounce back will be equally sharp, but whether it will turn out to be a trend reversal or not, that is yet to be seen. Okay, so be prepared for a bounce back, but as far as the trend is concerned, there is an indication that some more is yet to be seen on the downside. So this you must understand. Now, as I told you, we have gone through most of the things. I think dollar index is left. So the dollar index has broken out. I mean, nobody talking about that, and whenever it moves before settling itself or after settling itself, stock market started shaking. That's what we can see. So breakout beyond 103 and 103.83 or 104 has already happened. So this is not at all a good sign for equity market. And this rhetorics or this commentary by central bank that we are going to control the inflation and inflation is going to be our primary perspective or responsibility, controlling inflation. So there is a point at which, or there is a level where it's going to go higher, and there is a fair possibility that now, at least for a very short term, Dow Jones, dollar index will move higher, and the immediate target and the most immediate target we have here is 105 and 106. So this is what we are going to see, and beyond 105, I think it has already tested 105 in the last trading session. Yes, 105. So till 105, market has already accepted it. If something more happens beyond 105, that will be a problem. So this is the only puzzling piece which is not similar if you are comparing the 2002 and 2007 cycle. So we have to see, because last time, as you can see, from the highs of 2000, 2001 to the lows of 2008, the currency crashed, the dollar index crashed, and it has actually corrected by 40%, and that's where we have seen a massive global stock market rally in those 5 or 7 years, where it was a benchmark rally, and that's why the reference of 2002 and 2008 comes always in each and every big bull market. Okay, and it will continue to be a reference point in the next 10, 20, 50, or I don't know, even 100 years, because it has not happened in the past. It is one of the things or one of the events that has happened that makes people rich, that makes people poor. So it's going always to be a center point or a point of reference. So we have to see how dollar index will pan out, because trend wise, if you're looking at the trend, breakout has happened, but it is stretched as far as RSI is concerned, but it does not mean that it's going to start falling. It does not mean like that, because in bull trend the RSI looks overstretched for an elongated period of time. So we can't say that it's a indicator that is saying it's overbought and now it's going to start falling. Now I have already told you that I'm going to explain some cryptocurrencies. So what we are going to do, we are going to analyze Bitcoin and Ethereum in this case, because they are the two big cryptocurrency as far as the market cap is concerned, and they are falling, and they are falling like hell. And from the highs of 62 64,000, right now trading at 29,000. Let me tell you one thing very clearly, looking at the chart, there are still way to go on the downside. Okay, if I may draw a line like this, you can simply see a trend, and I'm not doing some fishy things right now. I'm just, you can do it by your own. And if I draw a line like this, you can see this is a trend line. So the support level which you can get on the downside is going to be 14,500, or in between 14,500 and probably 17 or 18,000. So this is what we are looking at as far as the next support is concerned, right? So this is where your big support lies, and one should look for it. As far as Ether or Ethereum is concerned, yeah, so this is Ethereum. So this is the trend of Ethereum, and it has just started falling. Let me tell you one thing in a very simple way. As far as this trend is concerned, I'm just showing you the trend, nothing else. There is no buying or selling strategy. Do whatever you want to do, okay? Because it is up to the individual thought process. If you may look at this particular trend, you will see the big support for Ethereum near in between $540 and $640. So the correction is not yet over. Probably, you must understand one thing, that now cryptocurrency is an accepted asset, and it is one of those assets. Let's say before cryptocurrencies, you have 4 or 5 options to invest your money. Now you have 5 options. Again, now you have plus 1, which is cryptocurrency. So previously, let's say if you put your money in bonds, stock market, in real estate, okay, so let's say these are only the 3 options. Now you are spending in stock, real estate, bond market, and cryptocurrencies. So money will start flow out from every asset class whenever this kind of crazy correction started happening. And if investors find there is a big opportunity in any asset class, they will shift their money as well from one asset class to another asset class. So the correction as far as crypto market is concerned, and as I've shown to you, as far as trend goes, the correction is not yet over, and we will see some more upside going forward. But as far as equity market is concerned, most probably we are near to an end. There are still some more to go on the upside, but it does not look as severe as the fall of crypto market. So as a summary, what I can say, that this week is actually a good week, or the points at which they have closed. Hopefully there will not be something bad which is about to be seen, or which is about to come in the next week. If it does not, then we are here for a bounce back for the next couple of sessions. It is not only for the US market, but throughout the global market, because if US market works fine, so does the global market. Developing economies does not matter. And as far as crypto is concerned, the major 2 cryptocurrencies are showing some more downside, or I would say more downside, if I exclude the word some. So more downside in the upcoming sessions. So just look at the levels, because there is this is like infinity kind of thing. It does not have any upside, neither it has any downside. It can go to any fractions of levels on the downside, and it can go to any number on the upside as well. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for